master's degree in education from one of the country's top teaching schools. Complete your degree at SUNY Geneseo in 3 semesters for around $18,000.
Forget what you know about New Year's resolutions. Project 42 wants you to quit. Quit making excuses. Quit being unhappy. Quit allowing life to happen to you. Learn to create your own reality. Project 42 is a revolutionary system designed to transform your mind, body, and spirit. Project 42 will give you the tools needed to get in the best shape of your life and become the best version of you. Click for more information. Project 42 is the only program of its kind. Project 42 shows you how to unleash your inner superpower and release your limiting beliefs and excuses that have been holding you back from being your absolute best. Project 42 teaches you to use your operating system and how to intentionally engage your mind, body, and spirit to work together for a better outcome every time, in every situation. Let us show you how. Click here.
Earn your MS in accounting from SUNY Geneseo in 9 months for around $12K at our AACSB accredited School of Business.
Today is gonna be super exciting. Bulletproof cars have been a blanket that can actually sit down underneath the carpet inside of the car. So like if a grenade or something. So we're gonna start with the 9mm handgun first. We're gonna shoot that pane of glass right down there. Let's do it. Oh man. That looks sweet. Let's go take a closer look. Check this out. Oh man, that's so cool. You can see the impact point right here. You can see like a little bit of remnants of like the metal on the tip of the bullet. And then it just like absorbed the impact and fractured all the way around this outside. So here on the back side, it's still 100% completely smooth. My fingers aren't catching on any of like the glass layers on the back of this. If you were sitting inside of this car window, you would still be totally fine. Now, these layers of bulletproof glass are actually layers of glass and plastic stuck together. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of penetration we can get when we start shooting the rifle on the AR-15. But half an inch stopping a bullet, that's pretty impressive. So we have the camera set up and our safety gear on. We're gonna shoot that same piece of glass a couple more times with the 9mm and see how well it hands up to multiple shots. All right, so safety gear is on. I imagine if you're being shot at inside of a car, it's not just gonna be one bullet, there's gonna be multiple. So I'm gonna empty this full magazine into the glass and see what happens. You ready? Sweet, that was fun. Okay, so check this out. It looks like I hit this part multiple times. I think there was an impact point here, 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 and here. As the outside structure of the glass is compromised, it removes the outer layer, but the inner layers are still fine. So you can see like this divot right here. If the glass is an inch thick, this probably removed about half an inch of that, but it still survived. I mean, how many shots was that, like 6? And so if we go back here to the back of the glass, you know, feeling the back of it, there's nothing catching on my hand, but as I move my hand over this, I can feel like a slight indentation, and I imagine that's like the plastic layer bulging out just a tiny bit. Yeah, be careful, I just did that. Got a glass in my finger. All right, so we're not gonna touch the glass anymore, but when the bullet hits, there's so much energy in that bullet, it impacts the glass, obviously, and the glass distributes the impact over the whole thing. So not everything you see in Hollywood is truthful, because if a bullet hits a car, it's gonna shatter the exterior layer of the ballistic glass at least. All right, so we have a new glass in place, and this one is 1.5 inches thick, so it's gonna do the AR-15, the higher caliber bullet, and we'll see if that melon survives. All right, so the safety is now off, and full disclosure, I have not sighted this gun, so if I miss this first shot, okay, so that was pretty sweet. So the impact of the bullet hit right here in the center, and we can already see, like this is 1.5 inches thick. You can also see the divot from the glass, you know, separating from the point of impact. The energy, instead of going forward, it immediately stops the forward energy and disperses it into the outward glass, and these cracks look freaking incredible. And this is the size of the bullet that hit that center impact part, right there. And I think this is one of those plastic layers inside. Let's see if we have any damage on the back. That is sweet. There is no damage on the back of this thing. So if you were sitting inside of this car, you would be completely safe from someone shooting an AR-15 at your window. So everything that's manufactured has like a rating to it. And so this piece of glass is certified for 5 bullets, but Armor Max has shot this thing 20 times and it still survived, which is pretty darn impressive. So we just finished shooting the ballistic glass. We're still gonna shoot some of the ballistic armor panels here in a second, but let's check out the laboratory of Armor Max first and see how all this stuff is put together. And there's actually quite a lot that goes into this. So this stuff right here, this is like a little bomb-proof blanket that can actually sit down underneath the carpet inside of the car. So like if a grenade or something is rolled underneath the vehicle, you know, it's full of Kevlar and stuff, it stops the explosion from coming up inside of the cab. Now, normally when you're sitting inside of a car, you're hidden and protected by the door and the window. So that's like one of the most important parts of bulletproofing a car is the glass and the door panels. So this is a Land Cruiser right here, and this is the bulletproof glass, the same stuff that we were shooting at earlier. You can kind of tell how thick this panel is. But because of the weight of the bulletproof glass, they actually have to stick new motors inside of the door. So these are specialized motors that can lift the 60-pound slab of glass. So the slab of glass will protect the top half of the person, and the rest of the door is fitted with these bulletproof panels here inside. We haven't shot any of these bulletproof panels yet, but I'll make sure we get a chance before we leave. So we've talked about how to protect the driver inside. Now here in the front, protecting the engine is another important concept. So here we have bulletproof panels that are set at an angle and go all the way down in front of the radiator, because the radiator is what keeps the engine cool, and if your radiator is bleeding out, then your car's not going to go very far. So these bulletproof panels right here are pretty important. There's also the same bulletproof panels that we have inside of the metal panels here, inside of this, as well as protecting the firewall between the engine and the passenger compartment. And then here we have a few more bulletproof panels protecting the battery, because also without the battery, you're not going to be going very far. Another bulletproof panel here protecting the air intake. And inside of the tires, they have something called a run flat, which is basically a metal band on the rim of the tire that sticks up past the rim. So even if there's no air in your tire and the tire is technically flat, you'll still be able to drive on that metal rim inside of the actual tire. So like I mentioned before, there's a couple different packages that Armor Max offers. And so this is one of them. Here, it's like, you know, an optional piece. This has like that bulletproofing rounds, because this is one of the weakest points when the door is closed, that if a bullet pierces right here, your head is still gonna be right on the other side. So this just adds another layer of protection. You'll have bulletproof glass on the windshield. For that $20,000, $25,000, all of the main things will be protected, you know, you inside of the cab. But can go anywhere from $70,000 all the way up to the top with armor piercing rounds and stuff like that. It has, you remember that 2-inch thick piece of glass? If you have that installed in your door panel, obviously the windows aren't going to work anymore, but that's the most protection that you can have while you're driving. So one of the things when you're adding so much more weight to the vehicle, like those panes of glass weighed a lot. It's anywhere from 500 to 1,000 pounds, maybe a little bit over that. Sometimes they have to upgrade the suspension as well. So this suspension is calibrated for the extra weight, and it'll still ride the same, you know, just as smooth as a stock vehicle, even though this one's completely bulletproof. So this isn't a sponsored video, I just thought it was pretty cool technology. And this company, Armor Max, has been in business for over 25 years. They've had over 250 known attacks on their vehicles, but no one has died from being shot through the armor on their vehicles. So it's pretty good stuff. But it's also interesting to know that like this stuff does happen. Like there are dangerous places in the world. So seeing how the technology is able to protect people is pretty interesting. If everyone could just be nice to each other, companies like this wouldn't need to exist. But since there's niceness problems in the world, here we are. This car right behind me actually has electrified door handles. Dan doesn't know yet from the YouTube channel what's inside, so I'm gonna tell him to open up the door to see what's inside of the car and see what happens. See what he says about the steering wheel.
Oh, is this the shock door? Is this the shock door? Oh, he almost got me.
Do it anyway, do it anyway.
I don't want to get shocked.
You gotta do it.
I'm going in. Is it gonna hurt? It's gonna hurt. No, I can't do it. Okay. Ah! Okay, I feel it. Shocked me. I felt it. Okay.
So there was a button back here that he just pressed. No way, check this out. So this is like, you can drop this behind you. Like if someone's chasing your car, that's hilarious. So like literally if someone's chasing you, you can drop this little compartment in the back and these things fall out to like puncture the tires of all the cars that are behind you.
They're gonna make me put them back in.
That's awesome. So it's pretty sweet. Like one of these buttons right here, he just had them labeled. So one of these is dropping the tacks or the, you know, the things in the road, and the other one, this is the one that electrifies the door handles. So obviously as the car's driving, these will be bouncing on the road behind and like disperse all over the lanes. And then this box right here just folds up and clicks shut. Now we just gotta figure out how to stick all these back up in there and get it locked and loaded for the next guy. Okay, so since Dan wouldn't really grab the doorknob, I'm gonna give it a shot. I've been tased before with that little case, but I think this one's a little bit higher voltage and I am super nervous right now. This is not something I planned on doing today. Are we good? Did you get it? Yeah. Okay, so I felt the tingle from my tip of my finger all the way up to about here. So I'm gonna try it again. Yeah, you can feel it all the way up your arm. It's stronger than that cell phone case that I reviewed a while back, you know, the Taser cell phone case. It's not something I want to do for a long period of time. When the car is actually turned on and the engine is running, there's way more current going through that. So what I was able to do right there, it would be completely different if the car was on. So Here's a close-up shot of those electrified door handles. You can see the copper strips on the inside. So anytime someone just reaches in and grabs these, grabbing the copper, it'll jolt their whole arm, like you saw earlier. All right, so we've seen the cars and we've seen the glass, and now we're gonna shoot at some of the Armor Max paneling that goes inside of the car doors. Now this stuff, it's lighter than steel, which makes it ideal for, you know, putting in cars, because the more weight you have in a car, the more the gas mileage goes down and the slower it gets. So lightweight cars are good. But this stuff is actually so light that they've stuck it in helicopters. The ones, you know, in South Africa, the anti-poaching helicopters, which is pretty sweet. So this piece right here is for like the larger caliber rifles, but we also have this smaller piece of Armor Max material that stops 9mm handguns. So let's shoot both of these right now and see what happens. So this square panel, this is the Armor Max 3.3. It's the same stuff they stuck on the anti-poaching helicopters. We're gonna shoot it with the 9mm, see what happens. Let's try it out. So the bullet traveled, punctured into here and then traveled up inside of it. Because apparently there's 156 different laminate layers inside of this thing, keeping the bullets from penetrating to the important stuff on the other side of the material. So we're gonna empty the rest of the magazine inside of my 9mm and see what happens with the rest of the bullets. And then we'll switch to the bigger caliber guns. All right, so there's about 5 more shots in this. We're gonna put all of them straight into the material and see what it looks like after we're done. That's crazy. It looks like there is absolutely no damage done to this, but you can see tiny little pinpricks where each of the bullets hit, and all of the bullets have been captured inside of the material. That's a 9mm bullet, you know, the smaller ones. Now we're gonna try the AR-15, and that should make a mark. Okay, so this is the AR-15. The safety is now off. Let's see what happens. So looking at the outside, it's seriously, like, there's seriously no mark on the material, which is like incredible. But here on the back side, you can see a small little divot where the bullet hit. So it's just like this little tiny bulge. Personally, I would feel super safe inside of a helicopter or a car, you know, with this lightweight material inside of it, protecting against the bullets. Even with an AR-15, like, stopping that much power is incredible. So this piece of material is rated, you know, within a 5-inch radius. It can be shot 3 to 5 times and still maintain its structural integrity. But, you know, when you're in a moving vehicle and someone's shooting at you, which does happen, Armor Max has had cars with like 100 shots in them. The bullets are all spread out, like no one's gonna consistently shoot in one spot over and over and over again. So overall, today was a pretty fun day. You know, shooting guns is always a fun hobby for me, and whether you like guns or you don't like guns, it's still fun to see, you know, the science and the technology behind armored cars and armored helicopters. I did not know that they armored those anti-poaching helicopters in Africa. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'm sure I can be back here later to answer those questions or to blow up something else. Come hang out with me on Instagram and Twitter, and thanks a ton for watching. Today is going to be super exciting. Bulletproof.
The ROG Gaming Phone. You're not supposed to judge a book only by its cover. The same thing applies towards smartphones. Today we'll be taking apart one of the most unique looking, metal and glass combination smartphones, and reviewing it from the inside. This teardown has been sponsored by Audible. Let's get started. The ROG Gaming Phone from ASUS is actually a pretty over-engineered and complex phone to disassemble. The oddly shaped back glass panel makes things a bit more complicated, but it looks pretty awesome. Heat is, as always, our best friend while softening adhesive, and a little persuasion from my razor blade and metal pry tools can help quite a bit. Heating up the glass when the adhesive cools down and gets hard, and then shimmying my razor blade around the edges to slice through the sticky stuff. The weird metallic growth on the side of the phone makes for some pretty awkward angles, but I still managed to get the glass off in one piece. Lifting the rear glass upwards as to not put any pressure on the fingerprint scanner ribbon, it's a little Lego-style connector that's hidden under a tiny rubber pad. I'll unsnap that connector and release the back glass. After dealing with so many boring rectangle phones, it's nice to see something different. ASUS is definitely pushing the aesthetic limits of this smartphone design. It stands out for sure, especially with the transparent light-up logo. Before we get any farther, we have 13 normal Phillips head screws holding in the back plastics, 11 of which are visible, and 2 of which are hidden under this, what should we call it, this metal protrusion. The thing is, it's not exactly metal, it's more of a thin shell. about as thick as the side walls of an aluminum pop can, meaning that it's really more for aesthetics than anything else. The 3 little black circles you see are vents leading directly down to the motherboard, but the visible exterior copper portion is only for decoration. I'll explain more in a second. First, let's look at this white pad that fits underneath the transparent logo. Remember how I said the logo was really dim during the durability test? That's because there is no backlit LED lighting things up. This is a piece of plastic, so when light shines through it at an angle, like it did with my wall-mounted PC I built a few years ago, it catches the logo in the plastic center and reflects out. The 2 side LEDs shine in at different angles to illuminate the whole piece of plastic. It works, but it's still a far less bright method than the backlit LED like we saw inside the Razer Phone 2. Let's take another look at the midplate. The underside of the black plastic is hiding a pretty massive slab of solid copper. It's not a vapor chamber, nor is it connected with the motherboard with any kind of thermal paste, but it is here, existing, and weirdly enough surrounds the entirety of the circular vibrator motor. You know, just in case that overheats. The copper slab has nothing to do with the copper-looking vents on the outside of the phone though. The thin copper vent things on the outside are just for decoration. There is a layer of plastic between the slab of copper and the outer copper vent.
All right, we're loaded up and ready to go to the drift event. It's gonna be the first time in a spin. It's kind of funny. Yeah, like a Foresight.
Careless Ben.
Strikes again. I'm gonna make a shirt. Careless Ben.
Just give me.
It's gonna be like your truck on fire with the trailer dragging rim and like the car half off the trailer as you're like towing down the road, and that's gonna be Careless Ben. Sick though, dude.
Thanks.
I like it. Mark, I see him.
Those are my
Straight
reps.
pimping. I'm glad to see you out at a bunch of events. All right, we're about to go out. There's a lot of people here. Pretty solid event turnout. I parked right here intentionally because there's light, so you guys can see me. All right, so yeah, we're gonna go out. I'm gonna have Steve film some out-of-car clips because I'm always slack on out-of-car clips, and I know that it's like more enjoyable to watch that way. So we're going out for the first session in a long time. I haven't driven in a while, like tandem. I've never driven this layout. Can I follow the first run? I tried to clean my windshield, but it got like foggy and gross again, like immediately, so I apologize for those of you that can't see anything. Dang, Adam's car is way faster than mine. At least mine with whatever tire pressure I have. Oh, weird, like first run out in a while. I forgot what I was doing. Wasn't bad. I didn't feel like significantly slower. His car always, I don't know if it's his angle or what. Oh, I think my car's smoking really bad. It does that. Yeah, my car is pouring smoke. It's fine. It does that from time. I overfilled it, and I knew if I overfilled it, it was going to do this, but I overfilled it anyway. But yeah, so what happens is Matt throws it in to like a corner like that back corner, and he gets on throttle, and his car just like drives forward, whereas I end up just like washing wide. It's like I don't have as much side bite, and then I don't have the same forward bite to like drive forward out of the corner. And I mean, part of it is I'm following him, so I'm transitioning like a little late. So he transitions, gets on throttle, and I kind of like chuck it in late to try to dive in, and then I end up going wide. There's a lot of factors. My car is smoking a lot. It'll clear up though once it burns off that oil. we're getting there. We're getting back into our comfort zone. It took me a minute. I feel like a little, like, timid and kind of twitchy. Like I don't know what I'm doing. God, my car is like oil smoking like crazy. I can smell it in the car. It's just this breather tube was spitting oil onto the exhaust. Yeah, I gotta put it back the way it was. I noticed weird clunking when I was turning, and I was trying to figure out what it was, and you can see all the axle grease. I don't know if you can tell. You can probably see better from back here, but it's just, this axle is toast. I don't know how it's still working.
Yeah, here, keep spinning it. I'll zoom in on the axle.
That's kind of wild.
What?
It's kind of wild.
Right? Like, how is it still working?
The inner joint is probably broken because there's the tripods with the bearings, and the bearing probably fell apart, so it probably still has the inner,
Yeah,
the
it
pin
just
part.
has like a ton of slack.
Yeah, exactly. That happened to my axle before.
That saved the day with an axle. They saved the day. So we just got to throw this in. We got like an hour and a half, so we got plenty of time. I shouldn't say that. We're going to throw this in. Hopefully our issues are resolved. Like I said, the first thing I did wrong, I had the breather. I used to have it routed to the intake, and then when I overfilled the car, whenever I overfilled it, it would just smoke out the exhaust. So I just vented the breather to atmosphere, but it was venting to where it could spray on my header, which I thought about that, but I was like, no, it'll be fine. It shouldn't be much that comes out of there without vacuum. There was. So, oh, yeah, I need that. Thank you, Shulman. Shulman brought the thing. So it was just pouring all over the header, and then it was smoking out the side of the car. That's when I noticed it, because it smokes out of the back when I overfill it. But I was like, that's only coming out of the side. So hopefully by next session, we'll have the car sorted out. It's been down for a little while and went under some repairs, kinks. Hopefully we get the kinks worked out and we can drive all next session. Look at this. It's hot. It's hot. You can see that it's broken. Gonna throw the new one in. Yeah, no, his car is rowdy on those tires. I don't think he has them at like low pressure either. Yeah, dude, when I was making that turn earlier with the axle, it was like quack, 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 quack. It sounded like this was gonna fall out. This seat is way better. Wasn't bad. Like I wasn't on like close, but he didn't kill me. Yeah, no, he was definitely pedaling it. Yeah, he's definitely pedaling it so I can keep up. Yeah. Which is dope, because otherwise he would be rolling out. That's what you do, guys, in tandem. When you're not competing, you try to make sure that whoever's behind you has a good chance at following you. If you just run away from him, like, that's not fun. Oh my God, that scared me. I was like, this dude's coming on track, we're gonna die. I guess that's why they have reflective. Damn. Somebody do like a freaking 6-gear burnout on the oval?
I guess.
Oh shit.
I was like literally like an inch from touching Matt's car.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it though.
Yeah, it's really hard to see. This shit's crazy.
Drift out here.
Right? Dude, this shit's crazy.
Just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. I didn't even, at first I thought it was tire smoke from the oval.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, someone did a big burnout or something. And then I'm like, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, he's probably calling it like a smart person. I just don't care about this car, so.
I can't see with the fog, so I'm just gonna go chill.
Like I said, Adam's being smart. If I was driving my Miata, I would absolutely have stopped by now. It's crazy how confident you get at like driving at walls, and like I literally like switched back like facing the wall right next to the wall. It was just like one-handed steering it back to straight, like without even like a concern, you know. I just thought about it after. I'm like, damn, that's kind of reckless. I was just like, let it snap back at the wall, like. That was so fun, dude.
Thank you.
That was so fun. We had to have done 30 laps in a row. I feel like maybe more.
See, that was on the first set of cameras too.
Yeah.
I was like, they have to be done.
Yeah,
they have to be done.
Same. Mine were done for like 6 laps and they finally popped. And that was on like a used set of Kendas that Corey Talaska gave me last event. Like, and they lasted that like 30 laps at least.
I started on a brand new set of cameras, drove the entire day. Those hot laps, they're still.
Yeah, because we didn't stop. We'd literally finish the run, and sometimes we wouldn't even stop at grid. We'd just cruise right through. That was why I love this car and why I feel like I can never get rid of it. I was toying with it to get into like a wheel-to-wheel car, and I can't. Because it just works every time, all the time. I mean, I had stupid issues today, and they were still fixable. That was so fun. That was so fun. But we're going to call it.
Yeah. And on a good note.
Yeah. The fog is crazy. It's lifting a little bit, but it's pretty hard to see. Yeah. We did a million runs. I hurt my back. I pulled my back. We were driving so hard, I pulled my back in the driver's seat. My back is killing me. So we're gonna call it. I'm gonna end this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Say bye now. Bye, everyone.
What's up? What's up? Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, I'm Adam. Welcome to my video. Spent most of the day packing. All right, we get a flight tomorrow morning, pretty early. But OSW has a driver appreciation night, half price driving. A lot of my friends are coming out to drive, and yeah, it's a night session, so it's like 7 p.m. till midnight. Got a couple 8-class sessions, so we're just gonna go hang out and do some skids, bro. Okay, bye. See you there. Ring, ring. Got you. I will say it is kind of surprising how dailyable this car is at 750 wheel horsepower. It's very drivable, other than the clutch being a little weird. It sounds so good through this alley. Cops been trying to race me all night. I'm trying to give them the sauce, but I got a car in front of me. It's so weird pulling up on the track this late at night without the truck or trailer, because obviously Tommy brought it here. That way I could spend some more time packing. It's just weird. It seems so dead. Pulling up in the BMW too is throwing me off.
I will when Adam shaves his mustache.
Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, we're gonna take out Tommy's new Johnny's on here. Tommy, you got a story behind these Blitz. Let's hear it.
The story is that I bought these things like 4 years ago, and they just sat. They were supposed to go on my Teal Lester team and never got around to it. So now finally, and I'm kind of glad that everything just worked out because they fit perfect.
Whoa, 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 whoa. How did you get the truck and trailer here and your car here? That's a move.
That's a
LZ move right there.
That's what I do. I'm learning from the best.
Look at this thing. So sick. The only thing that looks better than these new Blitz are this man's haircut. Look at him eating the chips. Alberto. Got him. So humid out that everything is just wet. So I'm just gonna give Tommy the outside cam and have him get some outside shots, and then I'll play around with some GoPro stuff on the next session. was really fun running with Alan. It's like been a minute since we've been able to have our cars together. It's kind of interesting since both cars make similar horsepower and torque, but are so different because his car's an LS and mine's an SR. It was really fun running with him though. I can't get over how much I can outlap that car. It's both a good thing and a bad thing that I don't have a oil temp gauge because they're probably getting kind of hot. But we're good. We're good. I'm jinxing myself right now. I probably shouldn't be saying that. It got so foggy out. It's gonna be hard for you guys to tell. I think the GoPro footage was probably garbage, but it was just getting to the point where I was driving well, but I felt like it was just asking for something to happen, and I made the call that I was just gonna chill for the rest of the night. Because with the fog, I don't feel comfortable following someone really close, and if I can't really drive my hardest, I'd rather not be out there risking the car and putting wear and stuff on it, because it's just sketchy. With how much grip the car has now, like I've been abusing the crap out of the clutch just to keep it in boost and stuff, which you kind of have to do. So I think I'm gonna be preventative too and order some new discs for my twin disc. That way when the clutch does go, we're ready to just bang a new one right in. All the frosty white snowmobiles, just frosting it up. Look at this thing, so cool. Hey, it's me again. We made it back home safe. 12:55 a.m. it is. Going to bed soon is what I must do. Still got packing to do somehow. I feel like you give me 2 days to pack, it'll take me 2 days to pack. You give me 30 minutes to pack, it'll take me 30 minutes to pack. This is what I've learned. That's why I go on a last minute trip to actually help me in this situation. But anyway, I know tonight was a rather short video. I wasn't really at the track as long as I anticipated, and I kind of wasted more of the day than I thought I would, doing like packing stuff. And anyway, we are going to Connecticut to go hang out with my friends and have just chill rest of the year. So rest of the year, it's almost the end of the year, huh? We'll be up there for a couple days. I don't know what I'm gonna do content-wise. I'm really hoping it will snow because I really wanna drive the Evo in the snow. I got some snow tires and wheels for it. So that thing is gonna go into winter mode and it's gonna be sick. Also, I'll keep you guys up